Hey guys, today I'm going to teach you how to solve the 4x4 Rubik's Cube. If you don't know how to solve the 3x3 Rubik's Cube yet, then I would recommend go ahead and looking at that video right there, which is my first video on how to solve a 3x3 Rubik's Cube. And if you don't have a 3x3 Rubik's Cube to solve, then go ahead and use a 4x4. But only turn the outer layers. And these two edge pieces will act as one edge piece. These four center pieces will act as this center piece. And the corners will act, of course, as corners. So let's go ahead and give this a scramble, and let's get started on solving the 4x4 Rubik's Cube. Okay guys, so I gave this a good scramble, and we're ready to get started. So the first thing that you need to do is find a white centerpiece, kind of like this one right here, and find another piece to pair it up with. Here's one up here. So this will be easier than this one, because all you have to do is bring it up, and it'll create this 2x1 bar. So the next thing you need to do is find the other two white centerpieces that go right here. Here's one, and there's another. So you just twist it over here, bring this out of the way, and pull this down, and you got the white center here. And now it's time to do the yellow center, which the yellow center is normally across from the white. So we find a yellow. Oh, here's already a 2x1 bar right here. So what you have to do once you form a 2x1 bar is you bring it up there. See, now it's at the yellow. But hey, you broke the white side. So now you have to turn the yellow twice so it goes out of the way, and bring this white side down so it fixes the white center and it still preserves the yellow center up here. Now find the other two. Here's one right here and right here. So you just turn it, twist it. So with this, if you went like that and turned twice, brought it back down, then it will just get you to where you started. So you twist it so that yellow's right here and right here, and then you bring it up, twist it twice, and bring it down. And there you go. You have the first two centers done. Okay, let's move on to the last four centers. So in a 4x4, since there are no actual center pieces that always stay there, like in a 3x3, this center piece will always stay there. You can't move it. Then you have to know where the centers go. On a standard 4x4, when you're facing white, there's white facing you, yellow in the back, blue on top, red on the right, orange on the left, and green on the bottom. So let's first start out with getting the blue center. So here's this first 2x1 bar is already in there. So let's find the other two. Here's right here and right here. So you just twist it. See if it will preserve the same thing. And there you go. So now let's bring it up to the blue centers. There you go. Now let's move on to the red center. So here you go. So there's already a 2x1 bar, and let's turn it like this. Bring the red centers up. Twist it out of the way so that you can, again, preserve the blue center. And now you do the same thing that you did with the yellow, which is line them up the same way. Bring it up, twist it twice, and bring it back down. There you go. You have the blue, red, yellow, and white centers. Now let's move on to the final two centers. You are either going to have a case like this, where there's like an L and a dot, or you can have a case where there's just two straight lines, which is an easy case. You should probably know how to solve that by now. But since you can see that it's blue and the majority of green is right here, so this needs to come down here. So you just bring it down, twist it twice. Now the orange will be brought up to where it's supposed to be. And now only these two things are wrong. So what you can do is you twist it so that it's on the same bar like this. Bring it down so that it creates two 2x1 bars. Twist it away so that when you bring it up, it will connect like that. And there you go. You're done with all of the centers. Now we can move on to edge pairing. Okay, guys, we're on to edge pairing now. And what I do is I pair the white edges first and then the yellow edges. So I see that this white and red edge is across from this white and red edge, and how I can tell if it's an easy pair is if when you look at it like this, you know that these two are the edges. If it's the opposite colors, then you can easily twist it over here. Now they're connected, but it broke up the centers. If you try to put the centers back, then it won't be good. So you bring it up here, replace it with an unsolved edge, bring it down, and there you go. You can repair the centers. And now let's move on to the orange and white. So you twist it up here, right down. Now if they're both the same color, then all you have to do is twist twice, and now you can easily just bring it over twice, and there you go, it's connected. You replace it with an unsolved edge, and then twist it back twice so that you repair the centers. Now let's move on to the blue and white edge. So they're opposite, so we can easily pair it up, replace it, and fix it. Now green and white is also an easy edge, so you twist it, replace it, and fix it. Now let's move on to the yellow edges. I see, well, there's only one yellow edge left, which is the orange and yellow edge. So you just bring it up here, and they're the same color, so you have to twist twice, and then twist that twice so that it connects. Replace it with an unsolved edge, twist twice again. And now we can find, here's this blue and red edge, because we're done with all the yellow and white edges, so we're moving on to the other ones. Blue and red, so you just twist it up like that, connect it, replace it with the unsolved edge. This one's solved, this one's not solved. Pair it back together. Okay, so now we're on to our last two edges. This is where it actually, there's an algorithm involved in this. So you could either have all the edges done by a miracle, or you have this case where this is the case that you want, which is the things are actually the same color because they're exactly across from each other. That's what you want in this last step. So what you do is you bring this over here so it connects like that. Bring it up here. Bring this up here so it's vertical. Bring this over so that it connects to this vertical thing. Bring this down so that it's horizontal. And then bring this down so it's horizontal. And then just repair the centers, and there you go. All of your edges are paired. Okay guys, now that all the edges are paired, you now have to solve it like a 3x3. So solve the white cross. There you go. And it doesn't matter how you solve this. It's just, I'm going to use F2L. You can use whatever method you do. You can use the beginner's method with this. It doesn't matter. This is just to make the solve go faster. Okay, now there might have been a few funny cases that you ran into, so I'm going to go ahead and cover those up. Okay, so these are a few funny cases that you could have run into, which are called parodies. It only happens on this specific cube. It could never happen on a 3x3. So this is an OLL parody where just one edge is flipped around, and of course that cannot happen on a normal 3x3. And this is a PLL parody where two edges need to be swapped from across from each other, which would of course never happen in a normal 3x3. So let's first do this OLL one, because this is going to be the first one that you run into. So it is, you take this layer, turn it twice, you do this layer twice, the back layer twice, you do the top layer twice, you do this layer down, this top layer twice, this layer down, top layer twice, this layer up, top layer twice, front layer twice, so this layer right here twice, this layer up, the front layer twice again, this layer up, the back layer twice again, and this layer twice again. There you go, that pretty much just switched this one with this one, and that's what causes the parody. Okay, now for this one where you need to switch it when they're across from each other. So what you do is turn this layer twice, turn the top layer twice, this layer twice again, the top two layers twice, this layer twice again, and then this layer twice. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope this helped you out a lot. If I didn't go over some cases that you ran into, then go ahead and leave a question in the comment section below. Hit the thumbs up button if you liked it, and subscribe for more videos like this one.